Hello once again, Star Wars and Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show Sideshow Retrospective. Yes, we are continuing our look at some of the older Sideshow figures that have came out with the Sideshow brand. They eventually took over the 12-inch figure license from Hasbro/Kenner, and we're doing much more high-end versions of the characters. And I've collected many of them, not all of them. But I have collected many of them, and I'm kind of going through my displays, and it's kind of a double reason why I'm doing this. Obviously, I'd like to share my collection with you, and these are a little bit more high-end, so I feel like we can do these like one or two at a time, which is what I've been basically doing, but also to kind of reassess the figure and check things out and see how they're doing, and maybe clean them up a little bit, because they are in displays. I mean, you can't really see, but right next to this display behind me, there's a glass display. In fact, I can just turn it real quick so you can see right there, and you can see all the Sideshow figures kind of sitting there, right? Most of them are on displays. Okay, you can see a little Sith Trooper there. Where is he? There he is. Right. So, I mean, that's good, right? But it's nice to take a look at. And I got to tell you, this is probably my 5th or 6th episode of showing these figures, and I got to tell you, I'm a little bit shocked about one of the ones I'm going to do here. We're going to do 2 more for you today, but this one is a little bit odd. All right, and I'll share them with you now. We have, of course, our favorite smuggler Han Solo. This is a New Hope Han Solo. Now, I do not have his stand, his base, and I think part of the reason for that is that he is I actually have him as part of a display, which I'll show in another episode, where he and Greedo are sitting at chairs with the table, and like just that deadly conversation, who shot first, that whole business, right? So the Han Solo I had him kind of sitting on the chair with his feet up on the table, kind of mimicking the scene. So I took him off today to just to kind of take a look at him, see how he's doing, and for the first time, I've had a few figures that have had some, dry mold. Okay, this guy had some on his pants, but he had a lot. He had the most mold I've seen on the figure. So I've, brushed it off. And again, it's not a serious thing. It comes right off. It doesn't really affect him very much. But I just noticed that his limbs are extremely loose, like as if he's been played with, and he really hasn't been. I did pose him once, and put him in the chair. So maybe the pose, I'm guessing that the pose might have pulled on whatever elastics are existing inside the thing, and now because they've been pulled in that elastic for so long that it's lost some of its elasticity. So but other than that, the figure's looking good. He's got a great likeness. This is before they were doing, as I've showed you, this is before we've done the God, like that, he looks like he's looking right through the camera. But if you get some side angles here, you can see that it's a really good likeness of Harrison Ford, aka Han Solo in New Hope, and he has definitely the artisans did an amazing job. Of course, now they do photo scanning realism, so it's a little bit different. But this Han Solo, I just have an affinity for this one with the blue Carillion, stripes on the pants, his riding boots, And while we're on the subject, I have a question about that. Why do Star Wars characters wear riding boots? I mean, that's what these basically are, right? They're like military riding boots. What is the deal with that? Isn't that really just coming from, a certain type of military uniform, like in our world, where certain, generals or captains or corporals, people of higher rank, would ride on horses, so they wore riding boots. But yet, in the Star Wars universe, and I think that's carried over into other things as well. It didn't really carry over into Star Trek, but into Star Wars universe, it carried over to where a lot of people were wearing the riding boots. Luke wore them in Return of the Jedi. I mean, all of the Imperial officers wear them, which we'll get to in the next one when I show you my next figure. I just find it very interesting. Like, where did that come from? It's not like they're all riding horses, or aside from Finn and God, I can't think of her name now, from Rise of Skywalker, riding on those horse-like creatures on the Star Destroyer. There weren't a lot of horses to be seen, so I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. So anyway, but if you look at the details of his belt, he's got the really cool, all that great fine detail that Sideshow is known for. He's carrying a... Now, this is a little bit out of... this is a little bit out of character. I have him seated in the little seat here, and he's supposed to have his signature blaster, but instead he has what is a Stormtrooper blaster. Now, he does run around the Death Star later in the movie with a Stormtrooper blaster, so I'll have to check in his box. As I said, the Sideshow boxes, which are beautiful. Look on my past Sideshow playlist. The boxes that they come in are beautiful storage devices. They come with extra hands, extra all sorts of accessories, and it's possible that Han came with his blaster, and I just decided to put that one in there. And then later I decided to get the seats and table, and I just didn't feel like switching out the gun. Or it could be that I've had some, for those who know me, I am a teacher, and I've had some high school students, after graduation, have come to visit me at the house, and I've showed them the Star Wars collection, and perhaps while I wasn't looking, they pulled a prank and switched things up, which is, a definite high school thing to do. So perhaps, maybe not. We'll see. Any of my old students are watching, leave a comment. All right, so there is Han Solo. Okay, again, they've improved, of course, his, the photo scan, but pretty cool. By the way, this came out in 2007. The next figure also 2007, and this one does come with a stand, and it's Commander Praji, I can't quite say it. I believe this is the character that, when they first go into the prisoner cell, and he's like, "Where are you taking this thing?" I think it is, because when you think about it, there aren't too many characters from A New Hope wearing the black uniform. And then when you think about it, the black uniform is pretty unique. We don't see it. We see it a little bit in the Return of the Jedi, but I don't know if we see it too much during Empire Strikes Back. I think it's mostly the olive color uniforms. I wonder if that's related to the Death Star. They wear the black uniforms on the Death Star. I don't know. I'm sure that there's, leave a comment if you know for sure. But again, there he is with the riding boots. Don't think there are any horses on the Death Star, but hey, riding boots are riding boots. Now, this one has fared much better when it comes to dry mold. Okay, there is a few little tiny specks of it, but nothing too serious. I do like that he comes with a removable hat, and he has this nice welcome. It looks like a game show host now, so you definitely need the hat. Now, hats are hard. Hats are a difficult thing to do. They always look too big. If you want to get an example of that, look at the Indiana Jones hat from the Kenner 12-inch line back in the early 80s. Yeah, they had one 12-inch Harrison Ford Han Solo figure, which was basically just the 12-inch Han Solo figure from A New Hope, that they just swapped it out and made it, put Indiana Jones costume on him. But the hat was this cloth weird thing, and it looked really stupid on him. This, I think, looks good. I think they really nailed it, and it definitely has his likeness. I did notice his belt's a little bit crooked, though. Let's see if we can fix that. Comes with a nice blaster. Okay, just a really, really cool, awesome-looking figure. Get this thing up a little bit higher so you can get a little better, closer look at him there. Okay, and then we'll put Han Solo on the other side. I got to be careful, as I said, because he's look at that. He's very loose, and this guy, he might be just as loose, but all the figures that have been on the stands don't seem to be loose. They seem to be pretty rigid. So I'll see if I can get him. Come on, stay there. All right, there we go. So that'll do it for today's episode. This Sideshow Retrospective 2007 Han Solo, A New Hope, and Commander Praji, and also from A New Hope. And thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Darth Tuba. Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook. Become a member. And also check out my War of the Stars podcast. That is also part of the Red 5 network, of which our YouTube and other YouTube channels and podcasts are a part of. Thank you so much for Red 5 for helping to build the channel and build the audience. So thank you so much. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.